The following is a presentation of SC State Athletics.
It's the final game of the regular season for the South Carolina State Bulldogs, and it's all on the line. A win today, and Coach Buddy Pough's team captures at least a share of the 2019 MEAC Championship. Standing in the way, the offensive-minded Norfolk State Spartans. The Spartans are riding a two-game win streak over the Bulldogs and boast the league's #1 rated quarterback in Jawan Pooty Carter. Will the Bulldog defense be able to put the brakes on Pooty and the Bulldog offense generate enough points to get Buddy Pough another MEAC championship? We're about to find out. Coming up next on the Buddy Pough Show.
You are watching the Buddy Pough Show, featuring highlights of SC State University Bulldogs football. This week's matchup, your SC State University Bulldogs versus the Norfolk State University Spartans. Our sponsors are the County of Orangeburg, Palmetto Health, the South Carolina Education Lottery, the Regional Medical Center, State Farm Insurance Rescue It Agency, Simmons Funeral Homes, Vital Care EMS, and the City of Orangeburg. And now head coach Buddy Pough and our host Ernest Robinson.
The South Carolina State Bulldogs have a shot at a MEAC championship with a win over the Norfolk State Spartans. This isn't the same Spartan team that the Bulldogs have won 18 times in 24 games over the course of this series. Norfolk State has come into Orangeburg the last 2 times he's played and beaten South Carolina State. The Spartans sport one of the best quarterbacks in the MEAC, 2 outstanding running backs, and an excellent core of receivers. Plus, their defense has had 19 sacks over the last 5 games. And needless to say, Coach Buddy Pough and his staff have had more to think about than they normally expect from Norfolk State.
Coach Latrell Scott has started to really build, a team that you can pretty much bet is going to be one of the top teams in our league. And, they got people all over. Their quarterback, Jawan Carter, is one of the top players in our league, and they got a running back, a little freshman running back, and wide receivers and tight ends, and they got basically all of the offensive components. And then on defense, they got a guy named Nigel Chavers, who's a big-time inside linebacker type. The guy with big-time Orangeburg roots, and he seems to lead them on that side of the ball. So they got all the parts in place, and we just got to get out and fight our butts off to see if we can get after these guys today.
We talk about them offensively. It's so easy just to look at the stats, but over the last 5 games, this team has had 19 sacks, had 8 against North Carolina Central. What did they do on defense that kind of changed things up to put pressure on folks' quarterbacks?
Well, they're starting to put a little more pressure, on people with the man and the zone blitz package. They also are revving it up a little bit. I think they changed a little bit of personnel. They found a defensive end, that number 18 kid, who's really, a big-time pass rushing guy. So they got some guys, who they've found, as you go through the season, who fit in the right spots, and they start to get some productivity based upon that.
Last week, a good win over North Carolina Central, Coach, but of course you throw that out the window. We were injured at the end of that ball game. Talk about Shaq Davis, Demontrez Burrows on offense, and other players that you hope to step up here today.
Well, I think we're going to get Shaq and Demontrez back. Demontrez didn't practice much, but Shaq practiced the entire week, so I'm pretty sure that he's going to be ready to go. The guy that we lost in that deal was Jaden Brunson, and Jaden is a defensive back, outside linebacker type from Columbia, South Carolina, who was a redshirt freshman who really was playing well for us and had some big plays in that game, and he's going to really be missed. So we moved some guys around. We're going to play Kendall Mutri in that spot and kind of move some other guys, around there some. So hopefully we can get that done, based upon the fact that, we have some guys that we thought needed to play anyway.
When you started talking about this team, Coach, you talked about their running backs. They got 2 really good running backs. Deep at receiver, what's it going to take for you to get a win here today on the road and win a MEAC championship?
Well, we got to put some pressure on these guys. We can't allow them to kind of, just kind of have their way back. If Carter, their quarterback, is really comfortable, then he'll pick you apart. They've got good wide receivers that day. So we don't need to really do a good job of keeping the pressure on them from the beginning to end.
Thanks, Coach. Let's go to Saturday's first half highlights, South Carolina State and Norfolk State. Championship action here from Dick Price Stadium in Norfolk, Virginia. As Dylan Bredesen approaches, it is a high end-over-end kick that is going to be short. and fielded by number 25 as he muffs the football. That was Kevin Johnson. Two receivers out wide to the left. Carter, quarterback in the shotgun. Back to pass, throws it out into the flat. It is caught but tackled down right as he caught the football was Justin Smith. It's 1st and 10, South Carolina State from the Bulldog 27-yard line. Two Bulldogs go to the wide side to the quarterback's left, one to the right. Shotgun formation now. Play action fake. They throw a slant again. This time it's caught. Shaquan Davis at the 40-yard line, tackled up at the 45-yard line. Spartans have got 10 on the line of scrimmage. Here they come. Benjamin, left-footed, end over end punt. And this time Smith signals for a fair catch and does so at the 23-yard line. Split backfield shotgun formation. They give it to Hewlett. Hewlett starts left, goes back right. Hewlett breaking tackles. Hewlett still breaking tackles on his feet down to the 35-yard line. Shotgun formation for the quarterback, Jawan Carter. Kevin Johnson in the backfield with him, 4-down lineman. Carter pulls it out. Carter in trouble now. Carter trying to get outside. Carter gets loses the football. It is recovered by South Carolina State. Corey Fields, the quarterback for the Bulldogs. Shotgun snap, play action fake. Fields looking long. Fields throwing it out there. Get him out there. It's caught. Shaquan Davis at the 39-yard line of Norfolk State. Second down and 11. Shotgun snap, Fields. Quick pass into the flat. It's caught over there. That's Shaq Davis. Davis gets across the 30 to about the 29-yard line. H-back is to the right. Shotgun formation for Corey Fields with LeBron in the backfield with him. Back to pass, Fields in trouble, throws it out, it's caught. Shaq Davis fighting for the end zone. Shaq Davis reaches for the end zone. They did not signal the touchdown. Corey Fields is in the shotgun at the 5-yard line. I'm old school football, I'm not going to even talk about that. They give it to LeBron Mars, puts his head down into the end zone for the score. Quincy Hill puts it down. Bredeson's toe is in it. It is up and it is good. At the end of the first quarter of play, our score, South Carolina State 7, Norfolk State nothing. In motion is James from left to right, back to pass. In trouble is Thomas. Thomas throws it out. Oh, got a man wide open at the 30-yard line. First down on the move up to the 40-yard line. That's the tight end, Anthony Williams, who drifted up the field. 4-down lineman for the Bulldogs. In motion now is Johnson from left to right. Thomas steps up in the pocket. He's got room at the 40. Thomas is going to step out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. 18 seconds to go here. They'll put it down at the 29, a 39-yard field goal attempt. It's low. The snap is low. The kick is good and strong. It is up, and it is good.
Yeah.
And the score at the half, South Carolina State 7, Norfolk State 3. We'll have more of the Buddy Pough Show after this timeout.
Every day, you'll find the most innovative orthopedic care in the Midlands at Palmetto Health USC Orthopedic Center. Each of our highly skilled, compassionate physicians specializes in a unique orthopedic condition, caring for people of all ages and stages of life. We'll guide every step of your treatment, from diagnosis to recovery, so that you can get back to feeling like yourself as quickly as possible. You win when you choose Palmetto Health USC Orthopedic Center.
Since 2002, the lottery has helped award more than 1 million scholarships. So when you play, you're not just taking a chance. You're also giving one.
I was off my game. Every day, my hip got worse and worse.
The coach's arthritis progressed to the point where his joint was bone on bone. Between the pain and the loss of range of motion, he decided to have the hip replaced here at the Regional Medical Center.
I was walking the very next day. I was going so fast, they said, "Slow down, coach, slow down." It feels great to be coaching again.
The Regional Medical Center. We're changing how you think about healthcare.
You stumble over a blade of grass. Come on.
All right, Coach, you won the toss again. We talked how important that is. Of course, today was very important as we got off to a really good start offensively.
It was, but it wasn't quite the same situation as it was the previous week because the wind was not as strong and it wasn't raining. But at the same time, I like giving our defense a chance to go out there first. And, you know, that seems to be our best style of ball. So we try to pin them deep. We try to pin them deep and keep them there. And we got the football in good position, but at the same time, we didn't do much with it when we got it offensively.
Bulldogs eventually would score and take a 7-3 lead. Of course, we talked a lot about Juwan Carter, the outstanding quarterback who may be the best quarterback in the MEAC this season, but he got knocked out of the football game in the first quarter, Coach. And DeAndre Thomas came in. This kid's a redshirt sophomore, hadn't played much this season, but he was an issue.
He was. We couldn't tackle him. We couldn't figure out exactly how to line him up and get him on the ground. He kept making plays, and he threw a ball or two. We got him pinned down deep in his own end zone one time, and of course he was able to scramble around and throw a deep ball that got him out of harm's way there. But besides that, he was mostly just a scramble and a playmaker guy where, you know, things broke down. He got a chance to really take advantage of it.
When you look at the first half, LeBron Morris finished with 38 yards in the first half. We weren't able to do a whole lot consistently, but he was still getting you 3-4 yards a carry.
Yeah, LeBron is our guy, and he's at the point now where he's a steady enough player that we can depend on him to do all of the different things. He catches a few balls, he blocks like I don't know what in the past pro game, and he's a good solid citizen. He leads good. So I kind of feel comfortable when he's in there. So that's why he's in there most of the time.
You start looking at this first half, Coach, and this was a situation where we had a couple opportunities where you have to feel going into halftime, only leading 7-3. We probably should have been up at least 21-0.
Didn't feel good at all about where we were going out of the half. They got a chance to make a long drive that got them into the game in a way where it was less than a one-score game. And, you know, in a situation like that, you never feel comfortable. So we need to do more, but at the same time, we did just enough. And, you know, that was where we were at the half.
Of course, it was time now for the Powell Mental Health Injury Report here on the Buddy Pough Show. And, of course, you start talking about injuries. He's been on the list every week for the last 3 weeks. Demontrez Burrows, hurt, came back and made some big plays, but he's on the injury report.
Yeah, he's got a bad shoulder, and we're trying to nurse him through it. I think he had 6 or 7 catches today for 130 yards, but at the same time, he's having a hard time staying on the field. And, you know, that kind of throws you off your game a little bit because you need him out there sometimes and he ain't there. So, you know, that's kind of the issue. But at the same time, he got banged up a little bit again today. One of our defensive secondary personnel, Dwayne Nichols, from over Darius Leonard's high school, Lakeview High School, had an issue too with his knee, and he was kind of in and out trying to fight through it. But at the same time, most of those guys will try to do their very best to stay in the game if they can. All
right, that's your Powell Mental Health Injury Report for the Norfolk State game. We'll take a time out here on the Buddy Pough Show. When we come back, we have this week's all-heart player on this edition of the Buddy Pough Show.
Every day, you'll find the most innovative orthopedic care in the Midlands at Palmetto Health USC Orthopedic Center. Each of our highly skilled, compassionate physicians specializes in a unique orthopedic condition, caring for people of all ages and stages of life. We'll guide every step of your treatment, from diagnosis to recovery, so that you can get back to feeling like yourself as quickly as possible. You win when you choose Palmetto Health USC Orthopedic Center.
This week's All-Heart Player Coach, going back to the special teams. You know, we talk about the importance of special teams. This was special teams' importance in a championship atmosphere.
You're exactly right. It gave us, an opportunity to stay in the game. Dylan Bredinson had an opportunity to kick us into overtime, and that's a tough kick. He goes out there and he nails it. We get into the overtime period, and he gets him a chance, to win the game for us. He didn't actually win the game at that point. They still had to go back on the field, but he made a field goal there too. So those pressure kinds of kicks that way really give you some confidence in a guy, down the road a piece.
I'll tell you what, it was raining and it was cold, and Dylan Bredinson came through for South Carolina State to give the Bulldogs a win. We'll take a time out here on the Buddy Pough Show. We'll have more after these messages.
My first thought was, what's going to happen to me? Am I going to live? My second thought was, I needed to live because I thought about my children.
Betty's mammogram showed a lump in her breast. We surgically removed the cancer.
And Betty was referred to Mabry Cancer Center, where she received chemotherapy and radiation therapy.
It was an opportunity to live again.
The Regional Medical Center. We're changing how you think about health care.
Today, I'm cancer-free.
Since 2002, the lottery has helped award more than 1 million scholarships. So when you play, you're not just taking a chance. You're also giving one.
Every day, you'll find the most innovative orthopedic care in the Midlands at Palmetto Health USC Orthopedic Center. Each of our highly skilled, compassionate physicians specializes in a unique orthopedic condition, caring for people of all ages and stages of life. We'll guide every step of your treatment, from diagnosis to recovery, so that you can get back to feeling like yourself as quickly as possible. You win when you choose Palmetto Health USC Orthopedic Center.
Norfolk State is kicking off. We don't have enough players on the field. Norfolk State's kicking off. And we've got maybe 9 guys out there. Fielded at the 10-yard line by Traquan DuBose at the 20, at the 25. Traquan is hit out of bounds. And I'll tell you what, there's got to be a penalty after that. Norfolk State clad in the home green jerseys, gold pants, white Numas Bulldogs, white jerseys, garnet pants. Play action fake. Corey Fields is going up top. First thing, caught Demontrez Burrows at the 30, fighting his way down. He's not down yet. Pitches it back to Shaq Davis. And Shaq Davis is the football. I hope he doesn't try to pitch it as he stopped at the 15-yard line. Number 2, Corey Fields is your quarterback. He settles in. Shotgun snap, play action fake, throws a slant, caught Demontrez Burrows. Burrows fighting for the end zone, and he is in. Oh, no, they mark him down.
I don't see a signal. Yeah.
No signal. Hold on. Now Norfolk State comes away with the football. They say they took it away from Burrows.
He was down, it appears.
And Norfolk State's lobbying for and I guess we're going to go back to instant replay again.
Most likely.
Burrows has made the catch. I thought Burrows was in the end zone.
I do too.
But no.
Ruling on the field. Far progress stopped at the 1-yard line. First down.
LeBron's in the backfield. They give it to LeBron. LeBron Morris pushes forward. And no signal yet. And now LeBron hands it to the referee in the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina State. So Josh Pringle will snap. Quincy Hill will hold. Snaps a little high. Hill gets it down. Toe is in it, is up, and it is good. So at 13:25 to go here in the third quarter, it's 14 for South Carolina State, 3 for the Norfolk State Spartans. Scrimmage for the Bulldogs. The snap was short hop to the punter. Got off a beautiful punt, but Scotty Robinson has it at the 30. Scotty trying to get up the field, gets across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. Scotty Robinson did a good job. Penalty marker in the backfield.
Personal foul. Running into the punter.
Running into the kicker.
No, I look like called roughing the kicker.
DeAndre Thomas has got Johnson in the backfield with him. Oh, that's Hewlett. They give it to Hewlett over the right side. Hewlett gets through at the 50. Hewlett gets tackled down at the 48-yard line. Bulldogs have 4 down linemen. Shotgun formation now. There's a snap. It's off the center's hip, and Thomas fights free. Thomas at the 20. Thomas down to the 16-yard line. 4 down linemen for the Bulldogs. Snap. Here we go. They give it to Hewlett over the left side. Hewlett's got a lane. Oh, man, I thought there was a holding penalty over there. Hewlett went for the end zone. Touchdown, Norfolk State. And it's a 4-point game with 6 minutes and 26 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And, Bill, we got a football game. 7 in the box. There's the snap. Fields back to pass. Here comes pressure. Fields throwing it out there, going long. Burrows makes a catch. Burrows juggled it to a 32-yard field goal attempt. Josh Pringle to snap. Quincy Hill to hold. Snaps good, holds good. Toe is in it. Is sailing left. It is up, and it is no good. And at the end of the third quarter of play, it's South Carolina State 14, Norfolk State 10. Shotgun formation. They give it to Hewlett. Hewlett breaks free at the 5. Hewlett into the end zone. Scores. Norfolk State with the touchdown with 58 seconds remaining. Norfolk State has taken the lead. 17 for Norfolk State, 14 for South Carolina State. 59 yards away from pay dirt. Shotgun snap. Fields back to pass. Fields throws it long. It is caught. Demontrez Burrows up at the 39-yard line. Shotgun formation for Corey Fields. 2 receivers each way. Back to pass is Fields. Fields steps up in the pocket, flips it to LeBron Morris. Morris spin move down to the 19-yard line, and Bulldogs are about to not get on the field. Here we go. The snap's high. Hill gets it down. His toe is in it. It is up, and it is good. So Dylan Bredesen knocks down a field goal of 28 yards. So it's 17 for South Carolina State, 17 for Norfolk State. So we'll go to overtime here. Shotgun snap. Fields straight drop back. Fields throws it out. It's caught. Shaq Davis first down at about the 13-yard line. Another test for the special teams. Pringle, Quincy Hill, they all got to work together on this. Low snap, and Bredesen gets it up, and somehow we went through. And the Bulldogs take the lead 20-17. Bulldogs don't want to jump off sides because an offsides penalty would give Norfolk State a first down. It is up, and it is no good. South Carolina State has done it. Bulldogs get the win. Nardone misses the field goal. Pressure up the middle. South Carolina State gets the win. 20 for the Bulldogs, 17 for Norfolk State. And Bill, what a win for the Bulldogs.
I tell you, boy, it was a struggle all day, all afternoon, but the Bulldogs come up with a victory here. Now they share the conference championship with North Carolina A&T, a big win over North Carolina Central. What a game, boy. And the nail-biters seem to be the norm when these two teams meet.
Welcome back to the Buddy Pough Show. South Carolina State begins with possession in the second half, coach, and you're able to hit a big pass between Corey Fields and Demontrez Burrows, who flips it over to Shaq Davis, and all of a sudden now in that first possession, you're in scoring position to begin this half.
I didn't know exactly what happened over there, but I heard that the ball, got from Demontrez to Shaq somehow or another, so I thought that was good. Shaq eventually got another big play down in there. We got it close to the goal line, and eventually LeBron Morris ran it in. So we got started pretty good in the second half, and, I was excited about it, way we got started. But now from that point on, we didn't do much until the end of the game, though.
You started talking about the defense. The defense had them stopped. We committed a penalty on fourth down, gave them new life, and they were able to get back down, score, and make it a 14-10 football game.
That was a tough deal. You're exactly right. Our defense played really well there for a minute and stopped there and had a 3-and-out against Norfolk's offense, but at the same time, we came back and roughed their punter and gave an opportunity to get the football down the field that way. And eventually, I thought they had a holding call over there. It was one of those kind of things where, I beat the officials up pretty bad about it, but at the same time, those guys did get the football back in and down and score from there, you know, we kind of went back and forth. Neither team really doing much until at the very end of the game, Norfolk got it in again, got it close and scored and go up by 3 points with like
17-14 with 58 seconds to go, and your offense comes on. We're 58 seconds away and down, Coach. You get the football back, get a good return, and Corey Fields leads them down the field.
This is why you love this team, though, because it was a never-say-die kind of attitude, and they didn't flinch. It was raining and cold, all the different kinds of things were going on. We get the football. First of all, Omar Cummins does a nice job of catching a squib kick and getting it up to about the 40-yard line. And then we get a nice ball from Corey to Burrows down the hump, and he catches the ball for about 20-some-odd yards. And then we get it down and get it close enough, and eventually kick a field goal with 6 seconds to go in the game to tie it up, to go into overtime. Dylan Bredesen stood in there and made a nice kick. Josh Pringle, our long snapper, and
Quincy Hill, our holder. The battery of that particular situation was really good, and those guys did a fantastic. And then we get into overtime, and those guys do it again and make one. I don't know exactly how they got that ball up through the uprights for the field goal in the overtime, but they did, so I'm happy. It was about that much, but they got through the uprights. Bulldogs win it 20-17 in overtime, and of course, Bulldogs finished the season 8-3, win a share of the MEAC Championship at 6-2 in the conference. And Coach, with this being the final regular season game, there's so many people that make the Buddy Pough Show possible that are part of this venture that we're on.
We've got all kinds of folk that do a great job of supporting us in with this Buddy Pough Show. The South Carolina Lottery, those guys are, all over us and doing all kinds of neat things for us. And they come and do different kinds of projects at our game. Orangeburg County and Orangeburg City, both the county and the city support us in ways that, people don't even believe sometimes. And Prisma Health in Columbia, both the hospitals here, close by. I'm trying to figure out a way to get those two hospitals almost to work together. The Regional Medical Center, also supports us and does a lot for us. Valor Care, Dave Roberts' outfit, his ambulance service, they support us. Simmons Funeral Home, Paul Simmons and his crew, are always behind us and doing all kind of neat things for us. The State Farm agents of the Orangeburg County area, Russ Hewitt and Bill Carter, all those guys, do a great job for us. And then, last but not least, all of the South Carolina State family, the alumni, the state club, all the different kinds of the faculty and staff, everybody that's always trying to do things to help us. We appreciate you and thank you so much, and look forward to seeing you next year when we come back at on the Buddy Pough Show.
Thank you for watching the Buddy Pough Show, featuring highlights of SC State University Bulldogs football. Our sponsors are the County of Orangeburg, Palmetto Health, the South Carolina Education Lottery, the Regional Medical Center, State Farm Insurance, Russ Hewitt Agency, Simmons Funeral Homes, Vital Care EMS, and the City of Orangeburg.